What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. I'm Lemar. That's LJ. What the hell are we talking about today?
We're talking about what everyone's pretty much talking about, and that's that New Orleans Saints LA Rams game, or rather, what happened that cost the Saints the game and the trip to the Super Bowl, because that's what they did. They basically cost the Saints a trip to the Super Bowl. We can discuss what happened after that. You know, people apologists are saying, "Oh, they could have won the game after that," but that was the game right there.
That was the game.
That was a game.
Yeah.
Just bad calls all around.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. I gotta correct something I said last week. I'll get to that. But first, we'll pay homage to Mariano Rivera. Not only getting in the Hall of Fame, but we already knew that was gonna happen. But he's the first unanimous vote getter in the Hall of Fame. I guess that's the follow up to what Steph Curry getting a unanimous MVP voting a couple years ago. So now people are starting to see, like, just vote for who belongs in. But I should have been doing that in the first place. I'm like, if everybody knows who the best player is or who's a Hall of Famer, then you just vote for him. Why does one person have to say, "Oh no, I don't want it to be"? Like, you should get kicked. You should lose your vote when it's that obvious and you don't go with that.
Yeah, I never understood the mentality. It's mostly the mentality of the sports writers. It's like the mafia. They feel as though it's their time to shine. So since it's their time to shine, they're not going to let this guy get all the votes because Joe Schmo from 1963, who played for 7 seasons, was one of their favorite guys. Didn't get a unanimous Hall of Fame bid, so we're not going to give this guy a unanimous Hall of Fame bid. And I think it's silly. I think it's stupid. But also, who was up for Hall of Fame, who may not get in, Kurt Schilling, he may not get in because of his political views.
Wow.
And I'm willing to guarantee you that most of the people who are in the Hall of Fame agree with Kurt Schilling politically, but he's the only dumbass who actually goes around spouting his nonsense, especially on Fox News.
But so, regardless of what he believes, who gives a shit? Like,
and plus he's not a nice guy. He's a dickhead. Everybody knows that.
Okay, so what? He's a great fucking pitcher, and he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's a part of 3 World Series championships with the Diamondbacks, the Phillies, and the Red Sox.
Okay? Yeah, I mean, come on now. Like, you really gonna hold somebody up because, like, that kills me about the voters. Like, you do not deserve a vote.
if you could do that, then you don't deserve a vote.
Yeah,
you know, because you're making it personal. And
it's way too personal, right? It should be personal to a level. I mean, like, you know, but come on, like 98% of it should be about how great of a player you were, or 100%. No, fuck that. 100% of it, it shouldn't be personal, right? It should just be straight up. I mean, some of it's gonna be like, I don't know.
Just do your job. The reason you have that vote because you have the knowledge of the game,
right?
They trust you with the knowledge of the game, not to bring in what you feel because you don't like what this guy said on this channel or that channel.
Right.
Jesus Christ, the light just went up. But but yeah, like I think it's sad and I think it's ridiculous. The other 2 players who didn't get in, who probably won't get in at this point, are arguably the best baseball player to ever play the game, Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
And pitcher.
Along with Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens, there you go.
Yeah.
Barry Bonds, he has 2 strikes against him. Number one,
people hate him too.
Cinco is the steroid issue,
right,
which he was heavily involved in, that he was cleared of.
Right. Even
100% cleared.
Yeah, never failed a test or anything. Even though we all know he did it, right?
He never failed a test, and the FBI cleared him of all charges. So, okay, he's a 7-time All-Star. I believe he was doing it because if you look at him now, he's back to being the Barry Bonds he used to be.
Yeah.
His head is shrunk. I was like, oh, who's that little? Oh, it's Barry
Who's that? Who's that lemonhead motherfucker?
Yeah, like he was playing, he was huge, and he was hitting that ball out of the park. I think what he get 75 home runs.
Yeah, something like that.
Crazy like that.
Definitely 70. It was over 70. I know that.
He's done everything in the sport of baseball besides win a World Series. And soon as he retires, his team just can't stop being in the World Series.
I know. That shit was crazy. I was like, damn. It's funny how that worked out. but that's not the first time. Something like that happened on another team in baseball, so I can't remember off the top of my head, but my memory is shit. But alright, so that's enough about baseball. Alright, let's get on to the football games that everybody's talking about. We'll start with the Saints game, I guess. Saints and Rams. Alright, so you already know who won. The Rams in the Super Bowl, but they had like Todd Gurley dropped two easy passes, and he got stuffed a couple times. Then they just benched him. They was like, you know what, we just go with C.J. Anderson. I wonder if Gurley is still hurt because he had a knee injury that he missed like the last month of the season or something close to that. So maybe he's still injured, but either way, like the Rams basically had to win without their best player. Like that was crazy because I didn't think that against this team on the road that they could win without Gurley having been some kind of effect. He had one touchdown, but it was like at the 1 yard line. It was just like anybody could have toughed that. Like C.J. Anderson would have been better off putting that one in from there. But they got, you know what I mean. They got it done. Jared Goff struggled a little bit in the first half. You know, I was a little worried about him, but he came back strong in the second half. He made some tough ass throws with pressure in his face. That he made like 3 really good throws in the second half that I can remember. That were like, put it like this: he made more plays than Drew Brees did in that game. Like he did his thing. It wasn't like a masterful performance, but when they needed him the most, he had some big plays. And
he had one big play in the overtime when he threw the interception, but I don't know why. I have no idea why.
Talking about Brees?
Drew Brees. I'm talking about Drew Brees.
Okay.
I don't know why Drew Brees just gets away with that. He throws big time interceptions all the time. If Tom Brady or any of these elite quarterbacks, he's an elite quarterback, but they don't do that. He doesn't get that type of criticism.
Well, I think
he threw an interception. If Tom Brady had thrown an interception, they'd be all over him.
Right. Now, see, here's the thing with Brees. I think part of the reason why he doesn't really get any heat is because he's not, even though he's an elite quarterback, he's not considered better than the other elite quarterbacks. You know, up until this year, nobody was putting him ahead of the other guys. This year, they made a big push to put him as one of the elite elites, which I disagree with. I think he was a little bit higher in my book, but not to where everybody tried to catapult him.
He's a top 5 quarterback. Like the dude leads
in the league all the time.
Drew Brees is a top 5 quarterback in every statistical category. Like I think he's an all-time leader in yards. He's an all-time leader in touchdowns, and he's an all-time leader in passing percentage and completion percentage.
Right, and a big part of that is, you know, he is. I mean, he's obviously great, but a big part of that also is he was in basically a passing offense his whole career up until Kamara, because they had Reggie Bush, but he wasn't an every down back for them either. Like up until Kamara and Mark Ingram, he was they passed the ball way more than they ran.
Well, Kamara's not much of a.
He's a good receiving back too, right?
He's a receiving back, right? You know what I'm saying?
But he's good at running out of the backfield too. But he's better at receiving. But
that's what I'm saying.
But he's good on the ground too.
Ball a lot with him. If you look, he only run the ball with him like 10 times a game.
Well, yeah, especially with Mark Ingram there, they like to split it now. But they're still an effective running team now. They never were, like before this year. they never did that at all. Like they were just straight up, we're gonna pass the ball, and that's part of why he only has 1 rings and that's not even his fault. That's more the coaching, because even though Sean Payton is a really good coach, that's kind of like you got to learn from history where that doesn't work. Like you got to have a balance. And if you're gonna win a lot, you're gonna have a balance. Like they got the one, and that's the 1 year where the running game was a little better, and their defense was the best turnover defense in the NFL. And that was another problem that they always had. They never were really a good defensive team. This year they were solid, but they're usually just a straight up passing team and nothing else.
Well, before they had Bountygate, after they had Bountygate.
Well, that was the era where they were good with turnovers and stuff like that. That was the time. So,
and their best player on defense at that time is currently never in prison and never coming home.
Yeah. What's that guy's name again?
Darren Sharper.
Darren Sharper, right? I was gonna say his brother, the other Sharper, Jamie Sharper.
Jamie Sharper. Now, Darren Sharper went to jail for multiple rapes in multiple states. So when he finishes serving 30 years at this jail, he's got to go serve another 50 in another jail. So he's never coming home.
Jesus Christ.
But his brother Jamie was so good, but he wasn't as good as Darren. But like every time the Giants would play Minnesota.
We're getting way off subject, by the way, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. Every time the Giants would play Minnesota, Jamie Sharper would just take that ball away. He averaged like 5 interceptions against Eli.
Damn.
But go ahead.
All right,
we're talking about New Orleans.
Yeah, we're talking about the game, actually. And all right, so let's reel it back. Your golf struggle. Breeze wasn't great either. And to be honest, Breeze had a good season, but it was more like a productive season than a great season. Like he has a team around him the last 2 years, so he doesn't have to carry the roster like he used to. So, but he had a good game. He had an up and down game, I should say. And the Saints started out strong. They were up 13-0. Golf could, Gurley was struggling and all of that. First half, they struggled big time. The Rams did, and I'm thinking like, all right, they're not gonna I wasn't concerned yet because their defense was holding the field goals. Like they could have been down like 21-0 in a blink, but they held them to 2 field goals. They scored 1 touchdown, so I was like, all right, they're still in it. But I was a little worried because especially since I picked the Rams. But then the second half comes along and they get it going. Like I said, golf started playing well. C.J. Anderson was running down their throat.
I think C.J. Anderson was more of a factor in that.
Yeah.
C.J. Anderson was definitely running that ball really well. Not saying that golf sucked or something like that, but I think C.J. Anderson was really a factor in that.
He practically saved them because without Gurley, if they didn't pick up C.J. Anderson and Gurley was playing the way he was playing, they don't win that game.
They lose that game, yeah.
Right? They don't win.
Well, they should have lost that game anyway. But
well, yeah, we're about to get to that right now. So yeah, on that last drive, for the Saints, last drive in regulation for the Saints, they're coming down the field. Some are arguing now. Me and LJ had an argument about this Patriots game. We'll get to about the clock management thing, but I think his argument should have been for more in this game when the Saints got in the field goal range. When they got down to like the 18-yard line, they had threw it on first down, and that's when they should have been running the clock. They should have handed it off to Kamara or Ingram. And
the attacker's not going to change the stripes. So even though you're correct, you're not right. You know you are correct. But he should have done that. But that's what they do.
and that's why they don't have more than one championship. Those are things that you just got to be smart, and you run the there's no them is no reason to try to score in that situation. Like there, all you have to do is kick a field goal and win the game. So you have to not give them an opportunity to come down. Now, granted, they only left them like 39 seconds, but they'd have left them with 0 seconds had he ran the ball. They're on the 18-yard line. You run the ball 3 times, make the Rams use their timeouts. You kick the field goal, and the game is over. The game is over. So that's one screw up on their part. And that's basically, well, I can say the only screw up, but that's one screw up on their part. But then, like you said, you get down to 3rd down, and Drew Brees throws it down the sideline in the corner, and the dude, I don't remember what 2 players were involved, but the receiver gets just taken out, by the cornerback, and there's no flag, no nothing. I just knew there was a whistle because I just put my head down like, oh, this game is over, and then I was looking, and I'm still waiting for the flag, for them to show flag on the side, and I'm like, they didn't call that. I'm like, wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, like that was the most blatant pass interference call. Like it was almost as though like it was rehearsed, because usually players aren't that blatant when they do pass interference.
Right.
It's almost like you got this play. They almost like the ref looked at the ref like, yeah, you got this. Okay. and he just cracked him, and he acted like it was part of the game. I'm like, no, like. And you should have heard him after the game. He was just like, I didn't hear no whistle.
Yeah. Oh, this was like right after the game? Or this was like during the interview?
It was during the interview, yeah.
Because what I heard, like the part that I heard was that he said, he was like, yeah, well, yeah, he basically said that, but he was just like, yeah, I know I got him. He was like, I know I got him early or whatever. He was like, but I was looking, I didn't see no whistle, so I was just like, all right, thanks, refs. So I respect that. Because he was expecting a flag. It's not like he went over there saying like, oh, I didn't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? He didn't do that. I hate when players do that, and that annoys me because it's like you could admit it. Just be like, yeah, I got away with one. You know what I mean? And that's what he said that he was like, I got away with one.
I like when players do that. That's funny.
Yeah, I know you would.
You remember when Sue used to do that? When he used to
step on people.
He used to flatten guys and then kick guys in the balls and
then he'd be like
interview.
Or the ref, or when the ref do get him, he'd be like, I'd be like, come on, man, come on, what are you talking about? But yeah, like they with like the only defense I can give the refs is the fact that they basically let them play all day. Like they because the Saints had got away with a face mask call, even though it was a mild one, but it was a face mask that they kind of got away with. But like I said, it was really mild. It wasn't like he turned his head off. Like it was like he kind of grabbed it for a half a second, and they usually let that go if you don't fucking like if it's not egregious. But they get away with it. And look, the refs let them play all day, but you can't let something so obvious and so egregious go. Like it was ridiculous how he got hit on that play, and like he never even played the ball. Nothing. He straight hit the receiver.
Yeah, he hit the receiver. Like that's it. He didn't go for the ball. He didn't turn around.
Right. So, they ended up getting the field goal after that, and then Jared Goff brought him down the field, and the Rams tied it up with like a 48-yarder, and then the Saints get it to start the overtime, and they hit Drew Brees as he's throwing it. He throws the pick, and then the dude hit a perfect 57-yard field goal. It would have been good from like 67. Like it was perfect. I never saw a perfect kick that far away. Like that was right up the gut. And it had plenty of legs. I was like, damn, okay, so, and what I left out is Goff. Like I said, he had done a rollout where he faked the pass and rolled out the other way. As soon as he turned around, the defender was in his face, and he had to sidearm it to the receiver. He made that throw, and then he did another very similar one on that same drive, and And to get in the regulation to get into field goal position, he threw a nice pass to Brandon Cooks, where only Cooks could get it. I was like, okay, he like golf is definitely coming into his own in this game. Like with the throws that he had.
Off.
Oh no, but he definitely starting to come into his own in that game because I think the noise from the Saints crowd was definitely getting to him in the first half. And
there was a guy in the Saints crowd with a whistle that kept.
I didn't hear it.
Play.
I didn't hear. I heard somebody complain about it, but I didn't hear it. But that's
there was a guy whose whistle sounded just like a ref's whistle. It was that loud to where the players were stopping play sometimes because they thought it was a ref.
Wow. Yes, I heard it one time, but I didn't pay no attention because I thought it was a ref whistle. But I didn't hear it like throughout the game or nothing like that. So I didn't pay no attention to it. But yeah. So at the end of the game, Sean Payton said he called the front office. Like right after the game, and they said that they screwed up the play, which is obvious. You don't need the office to call that. So now they try to file like a class action lawsuit against the NFL over that play.
That sounds like pure butthurt. I know if it was my team, I'd be pissed.
Right.
But there's nothing I can do about it.
Right. They're not gonna play it. They're not gonna play it over. They're not gonna change the call, and they're not gonna award you anything. So just like, what is that lawsuit gonna do? It's not gonna do anything.
It's not gonna do anything. You're gonna get a note from a ref saying, "Hey, we screwed up. Sorry."
Right. Like, yeah, it sucks. It really does suck, especially for the Saints, because 2 years in a row they lost in a really shitty manner. Last year it was their fault, but this year the refs definitely screwed. Like Drew Brees got robbed twice out of potential Super Bowl opportunities, which who knows?
And to be honest, it would have been better had they went knowing the result of this other game, because it would have been two of the all-time greats playing.
Right, 2 40-year-old quarterbacks playing against each other. That would have had to been the first.
Well, no, Rivers is not 40 yet.
Who?
Drew Brees is not 40 yet.
I saw you said Rivers. I think you said Rivers.
Nah, Drew Brees he ain't 40 yet. He should be 40 this year.
I thought he was 40 already.
He's our age, so he ain't 40 yet.
Okay, well, he's not. Well, so I guess he's 39 already. Then I think he's 39 at least.
Yeah, he's 39. He's going to be 40 like really soon, but it's going to be this year too. But his birthday didn't pass yet. His birthday.
Well, yeah. Either way, how do you even know that he's about to? Like, why do you know he's about to? Like that. Yeah, that shit.
Well, no, yeah, his birthday it just passed. It's January 15th.
Okay, so yeah, it would have been 2 40-year-old quarterbacks. Basically, yeah. So like, yeah, there's nothing gonna happen about that. Like, just let it go. I know it sucks, but whatever. Just let it go. Anything else you got about this game?
Nothing about this game. I know that the Who Dat Nation is very pissed. But then I mean. Say if they would have went to the Super Bowl, that would have been Dez Bryant's first Super Bowl appearance. So,
is he still on the team officially?
Yes, he's still on the team. Okay. They can't release you when you get hurt.
Okay. I'm surprised. They can't do that the way the NFL.
He better keep every penny of that money.
Yeah, for real, because this is it. This is it. All right, so we'll go on to the Chiefs Patriots game. I thought the Chiefs was going to win this game, but
that first half, I thought I was like, wow, these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I was from beginning to end, I was so disappointed. Like, I was disappointed the way they started. I was disappointed the way they finished. But everything in between was all Chiefs. So the Patriots came out and did exactly what I thought they would do. Is they would run the ball like crazy. But I didn't know that they were gonna dominate so quickly and so easily. They were up what, 14-0 or 13-0, and I'm looking like, oh, come on, Chiefs, y'all gotta at least show up. Like, don't do this. And then they crept back into the game. Mahomes only saw the ball for 8 minutes or something like that in the first half. Like, it was just like a total Patriots domination in the first half, and But Mahomes in the second half, Mahomes was beasting in the second half. I mean, and the Chiefs defense played a way better in the second half. Like
I don't know.
not until until the end. Up until the end, like Patriots didn't score until like the last until the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter.
I think it was more than that because I saw the Patriots just taking them apart, running all over them, and like the last maybe like more.
It was like the last 5 minutes was when they scored because
I could put it this way, it became a shootout in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, late because the Chiefs, like I said, the Chiefs held them down all the third quarter and at least the first half of the fourth quarter. Like they were like the defense played a lot better, but then like you said, then the Patriots started scoring. It started going back and forth. The Chiefs, like I said, they couldn't stop the run for shit. It was just, it was so bad. But then, it just shows you how good Brady and Belichick are. Like, this is probably their worst team that got this far in the Super Bowl. Like, this team was not supposed to be in the Super Bowl.
You can't ignore that missed call when Justin Houston put his hands on Brady's face, touched his face, and they called a roughing the passer.
Yeah, that was terrible. Cause especially since another game where they wasn't calling shit, they was letting them play. Like then all of a sudden that play comes, and somebody online had put up a video of the referee walking up to Tom Brady before that play saying, he went up to Brady's we went up to the huddle before Brady was about to call a play. He went up to him and was like, I got you, you know that. And then he walked away. And then no, it wasn't that play, I'm sorry. It was the D Ford lining up in a neutral zone play. Now, that was a fucking bonehead play.
That was so much of a bonehead play. That cost him the game.
I need to see though, even though it looked like from the angle they showed wasn't a good angle. But it appeared that he might have been over the line, but you couldn't see because there was a guy blocking where his hand was. They didn't show it like right down the line. Now I need to see that. I need to do another angle because I still haven't seen that angle yet. But I mean, based on what I saw, it looked like he might have been over. He's a fucking idiot. I don't understand how you ever line up in a neutral zone. How do you ever do that? If you jump off sides, fine, I get that. How do you ever line up with the ball? All you gotta do is look down the line because you're waiting for them to hike the ball anyway. So you should be looking right at the ball. You should be saying like, all right, I'm lined up with this shit. The only possible scenario I could think of is if he was doing it all game and then they decided to call it then. You know what I mean? Outside of that, there's no reason for you to be doing it. Like, there's no reason for that. Like, why would you be lined up with the ball? Like, that's so stupid. And then they throw the interception. Like, Brady threw an interception. It bounced off of Gronk's hands and it popped up in the air. Kansas City caught it. That was game over had he not lined up in the neutral zone. So they called it back. And then naturally, it goes from 3rd and 10 to 3rd and 5. Of course, Brady converts again. And then they end up scoring. I'm like, unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe that they blew that. Like, and then overtime comes, and then and the Patriots. And I knew if the Patriots get the ball, the Chiefs are never gonna see the ball. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, the Chiefs better win this coin toss, or they're not gonna win. Or this game is already over. The second Patriots won the coin toss, it was over. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because they had the momentum and they just scored and. The rule says, if you score a touchdown, the game's over. I'm like, why? Why is the rule like that? I understand. Like, they should go to the college rule. Everybody should get the ball at the 15-yard line. If you can score,
I don't like that for the NFL. For college, I think it's okay. For the NFL, I don't like that.
If you can score a touchdown, then you win. If you score a touchdown, then the other team has to score a touchdown. If they don't score, if they get the ball, if they don't score a touchdown, then they lose. Which I completely get. You know what I'm saying? But like I understand why you don't like it because it can keep going on and on, especially if they keep scoring. But that's not going to happen in the NFL. That'll happen in college. You know what I'm saying? Like the defense ain't as good in college as in the NFL. No,
Yeah,
in
but you
no
got
shape, way, or form.
yeah, but you got to also understand if unless they well in this case they are kind of letting them play, so the defense is better because they're letting the defense play a lot more in the playoffs. But I don't like it. I don't like it. It feels gimmicky to me, and I don't like
No, it's not really. It's not a gimmick because it's been done in college for like 50
yeah,
years.
but
You
it's
know what I'm saying?
college.
Like it's
No,
not really
college
a
just start.
gimmick.
Didn't the
You know what
college
I'm
just
saying?
start that like
It's
last
part
10
of the
years or
game.
stuff? But even still, I don't like it. I say give them both an opportunity. But like I think if they score, then you let the Chiefs get at least one opportunity, and after that, whatever happens, happens. So I don't think you should. I don't think you should put
In
them
the
at the
interest of
30 or
time,
whatever.
in the interest of time and sudden death, I think that should be the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they score, then that makes it more exciting because it's sudden death. You know what I'm saying? Like that makes it a little bit more exciting than just having a quarter in like a fourth quarter. Like then there's nothing special about overtime. You know what I'm saying? I think overtime should be that. It should still be a clock going. But if you don't score, that brings more pressure. It brings more drama to the game, to where okay, if they put not the 15-yard line, say if they put Brady on the 40, Brady and the Patriots on the 40-yard line, no kickoff. That's what you're on the 40, and you have to score. And if you don't score, then they get an opportunity to score. If they do, game's over. If they don't score, but if both teams don't score, then you get the game back, and that just makes it more. That just brings more of a drama to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if both teams don't score touchdowns on the first try, then they'll just kick a field goal. But I don't know. I'm kind of talking through it now. It's kind of like, all right, so if they start on the 40, then they just kick field goals all day and just keep the game going until someone
I just don't like.
I would like
maybe the 50. If you're gonna do it, it got to be at least the 50. They got to at least start them outside of field goal range.
I think a game should only end at that on a touchdown. If you do it that way, the way I'm explaining it, it should only end on a touchdown. But then the game will last a long time, especially if you got two teams that don't have quarterbacks. The game will last hours.
Yeah, I think you just give one team one opportunity, one team another opportunity, without starting them at no crazy yard line. Just do it like you normally do a game. Give both teams opportunity, and after that, whatever happens, happens. Like it's only because it's not much different from how it is. You know what I mean? Like you're only changing the fact that instead of a field goal, the other team, because right now if they kick a field goal, the other team gets an opportunity. All you gotta do is if they score a touchdown, the other team gets an opportunity. I don't think that's much of a stretch. I just think you just change that one thing. Just give both teams the opportunity no matter what, and then whatever happens after that, whoever scores the next whoever scores the next point wins, regardless of how they score it. I just think if the Patriots score a touchdown, give the Chiefs an opportunity to score a touchdown. Then after that, whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Like I think that's kind of simple. But that being said, I kind of get why the NFL does it that way, and I'm not totally. And to be honest, I'm not even totally against the way they do it. Like I would have liked the Chiefs to have another opportunity, to get Mahomes on the field, because it feels unfair, especially since you getting it based off a coin toss and not like any merit. You know what I mean? Like it's totally random. So I don't like that part of it. So I don't know. I don't really have the true answer. I would have liked to seen the Chiefs get an opportunity though to score. But that being said, they did blow it, and they can't really blame anybody but themselves, especially D Ford. He fucked up royally by lining up in the neutral zone, and that was it. Like the Chiefs win that game had he not done that. So I don't know. Just that's it. You got anything else about this, about the football games?
About this game? Tom Brady. This will be his 9th Super Bowl, and he has more Super Bowls than he has been to more Super Bowls than every franchise. He's had more Super Bowls than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
So yeah, if people don't say that he's the greatest of all time, then they're just hating on him.
Yeah, they hate us.
He's obviously the greatest of all time. Somebody doesn't do this at 42 years old, 42, 40. Oh,
41, 41.
he's only 41.
Yeah, but
he's 3 years older than us, so he's like 42.
well, we're 38.
He's 42.
You're giving us too many years. We're 38.
I forget what year it is.
Well, you're going by the year because the year always, the year is the second number is always line up with ours, but after our birthday is like that.
Yeah, birthday comes so late in the year.
Yeah, mine is right in the middle of the year. So. But yeah, like it's amazing that like, I got a little fun stat for you. Well, it's not even a stat, but it's like a number. Somebody at work told me this today. He said Belichick and Brady's combined age is 107 years old. McVay and Goff's combined age is 57 years old. Combined 57 to combined 107. That's crazy. A 50-year difference between those two coaches and quarterback. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, McVay. We never really talk about McVay. A lot of people saying he's a little bit overrated.
Well, how can you say that when he's in the Super Bowl in his second year as a head coach? That I'm sure that's going to go away already. Even if they lose, he's in the Super Bowl already. His second year as a head coach.
Well, he does have a lot of talent, and I can't really say what he does as a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like some coaches have that. Some coaches have their calling card of what they.
Well, he's an offensive genius. That's what I always hear.
I don't see what's so genius about running the ball.
He's pretty. His plays are pretty creative. In the playoffs, he hasn't been as creative in terms of right in your face anyway. Like maybe coaches can see it, but in the playoffs, he has been more direct in what he does, and more But during the regular season, he comes up like I've seen him do a lot of creative shit, like especially with his wide receivers and stuff like that. He's definitely creative offensively. I've seen it, but in the playoffs, not as much. He's been more of get to the point, just do what works. Like he don't experiment. He's just whatever works in the playoffs is what he's doing. So he's smart in that sense because he knows what works and he's sticking to it as opposed to trying to be creative and being that genius that everybody says he is. He's not falling. I mean, it might have been a time in the regular season where he was falling into his own hype, where he was hearing the hype and listening to it. But right now, he's just doing a damn good coaching job. So I mean, and the Rams have a good team. They got a lot of good free agents, but it still takes a good coach to put all that together, especially in football. Like basketball, you can have you if you got a great player, then you still need a good coach, but great players run basketball. Football, you gotta have a really good coach and good players, and everybody's got to be in sync. So he's doing that. He's definitely like from what I hear about him, because I've been hearing a lot of stuff about what type of person he is from players that that played with him when he was an assistant. Like what's the corner from Washington who was with Carolina? I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, we got Cam Newton kick the shit out of. I forgot.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's doing commentary.
Yeah, he was talking about it because McVay was there with him. And he was like, he picks your brain a lot. There's two defensive players that said this. Now he was like, he doesn't just like try to like beat you on offense or whatever. He's asking the like when something happens, he goes to the defensive players like, well, why did you do that? What made you like? He tries to get in the mind of the defensive player, so he can know how to combat what they're doing or whatever. He's like he picks my brain all the time. He always picks the best players' brains on why they did what they did, or you know what I mean, like this, like just so he can stay ahead of the game or stuff like that. So he's definitely a student of the game. He definitely does what he does his homework. He's a hard working dude. He's only 32. Something like that, 34 or something like that. Like it's crazy. And he's 32, and Goff is like 25. So like that, he's like only 7 years older than his quarterback. That's crazy. But there's got to be players on this team that's probably older than him.
Probably, yeah. He's 32, so there's a lot of players older than him.
Right.
Well, he gets an opportunity to do that. Imagine, what I'm saying? Like, how did he get an opportunity to do that? I guess we're not going to get into that. Some people just get opportunities to coach when they're 32 years old, and that's just unimaginable.
Well, it's funny. It's funny. He was one of quite a few players on that. I mean, coaches on our staff, and I forgot. I don't know if it was the Washington or what staff he was on, because he was on the staff with Raheem Morris, who was relatively young when he got his starting job. With Tampa, I believe he was with Tampa, right? Raheem Morris.
Yeah, he had that job in Tampa. He
wasn't as young as McVay, but because what's the name of the corner again? I still can't remember his name. Was talking about it. He was like, yeah, we had a lot of young phenom coaches. Josh Norman.
Yeah.
He was like yeah, they named him. It was him, Raheem Morris, and it was another coach that became a head coach. He was like, yeah, we had like a lot of phenoms on our team at the time. He's like we had a lot of young head coaches that was really 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 good, like better than most on that team at the same time, and they all got head coaching jobs eventually, like McVay. So McVay probably could have got a job even earlier if somebody really wanted to. They said the Rams didn't want to hire him yet, but they knew if they didn't hire him, somebody else would, so they had to just roll the dice. But they didn't want to hire him because of his age too. He was too young. At least that's what everybody thought. So, but as far as Belichick, same old shit. Like he knows his shit. Oh, they said Tom Brady after the game had went to the locker room to Kansas City's locker room and wanted to talk to Mahomes or whatever. I don't know what they didn't say what he said, but I guess he just wanted to let him know, like, yo, you nice, son. I just cut that curly hair.
Maybe McVay will go to Super Bowl and teach Bill Belichick a little something.
We'll get to our prediction. Maybe we'll do we're not doing the show next week. You said, right? Mr. California Cool over here gonna be out of town, so we might as well give our predictions. All right, so
I was reading about Dennis Smith Jr. actually. They said that we were discussing a trade to take him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not against it.
Yeah, not really.
I don't even care who's involved in the trade. Whatever.
Well, we could probably bring it up on a podcast, but okay, I'll bring it up. I don't care. It's my podcast. I'll bring it up. I want to talk about the Tim Hardaway Jr. and Courtney Lee maybe being moved, and they're looking for a trade partner.
Those are the two contracts. Those are the two contracts we got to get rid of. Like those are the two most expensive contracts we got that we don't want.
A lot of teams are looking at them too. So
really, yeah. I can see Tim Hardaway, but I don't see why anybody would want Courtney Lee's. That's gonna be harder to move.
No, they want both of them.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I mean, actually, I could see that because, if you say like there's some good teams that like Milwaukee could use some more guards, right? Toronto got a lot of guards that they use, but Milwaukee could use more outside shooting. So Milwaukee needs to try to make a trade. I don't care who we get. I just want to dump those contracts. Give us all your loose change, and give us your second round picks. I don't care. Just let us dump those contracts. Because imagine if Milwaukee gets Tim Hardaway and Courtney Lee when they're already first place in the East, actually in the league.
Well, they got Brogdon. He's a small forward. He's a shooting guard.
Oh, yeah. I still don't know much about him, so I don't know. Until I see the impact until I watched him and see. I saw one game and he was solid. I'm like, all right, I see, but overall, I still don't know him. So, what was we even talking about before I had to pause? It doesn't matter now, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Now we're talking about basketball. Okay, basketball. We never talked about how LeBron James calls himself the greatest of all time.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, the fact that we came back against this team, I think at that point I thought I was the greatest. I was just like, this guy, man, this fucking guy. I was like,
not one of his best moments.
Every time somebody wants to defend you, when people put you down, then you give them more ammo because nobody who's the greatest says they are the greatest. Like,
right, nobody's done it. Right. I don't.
And
except for Muhammad Ali. He's the only one that did it.
Yeah, he the only one that did it. Like he always takes steps backwards when it comes to his basketball stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like off the court, he's a great guy. Off the court, like he's doing great charity work. I have no idea how he is personally because I never met the motherfucker.
You never met him?
Some people seem, huh?
You never met him?
Some people seem like nice guys, but they really aren't. Like David Robinson, I heard he's not a nice guy.
Yeah,
even Shaq said that. Penny Hardaway's not a nice guy outside, but to call yourself the greatest of all time is just ridiculous. And by the way, I'm taking New England to win Super Bowl.
Okay, that was out of nowhere. But but yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, it does bother me that he said it. You know, I'm a big LeBron fan. I always defend LeBron. I can't really defend this. Like, don't do that. Like, come on, LeBron. Just like you said, let other people say it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just not a good look. Like, just don't do that.
Yeah, it's not a good look. And they had some NBA legends talking about it. One of the NBA legends was Isaiah Thomas, and hell froze over because Isaiah Thomas was just like, you never hear MJ say stuff like that.
Oh wow, Isaiah said that.
Isaiah Thomas, he is a troll. Isaiah Thomas, you see everything about him is his smile.
His smile is a troll.
Everything about him is just fake, and that's the reason why everyone wanted to kick his ass because the things that he would do, the things he would say. Like, remember when he was in that very unfortunate era where he was the GM of the Knicks? Remember when he took a bunch of pills and passed out, and then he said his daughter did? He tried to throw his water under the bus.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Damn, I forgot. Yeah. Like, he's done so much shit.
Like, he got the Garden sued for like $40 million. For
sexual harassment. Yeah. He said she looked like KRS-One.
I was like, Marbury? Really? You and Marbury? And like they said that he harassed that girl and Marbury was cheating on his wife with some chick in New York. I don't know what Marbury was doing at that time, but it was like a free-for-all at the Garden back then. It's a free-for-all Garden now. But it's not like that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, back as far as LeBron, yeah, I didn't like it. But speaking of free for all, did you hear, we were talking about Iman Shumpert having a threesome with his wife and a porn star. So, well, he's gonna have to pay.
Have dudes involved.
Well, free for him. Yeah, he had a threesome with his wife. Stupid. Yeah, he had a threesome with his wife and got in a porn star and got the porn star pregnant. Like what? Like what? And then you said what did Devin Booker do?
Devin Booker got his girlfriend, who's an Instagram model, and a porn star pregnant at the same damn time.
but not in the same room.
On the same day.
Right. Same day, different room. But
it'd be funny if he had to drive to go. We got done with one. He was like, "All right, gotta get another one."
But she's like, "I'm tired." He was like, "All right."
He did during the season too. He's like, "You're supposed to be relaxing."
This girl was like, "I'm tired. I can't go." He's like, "All right, I'll be back."
reminds me like he's 23 years old. Like I can't do anything like that today.
That's crazy. And Melo got traded. I didn't know Houston still had his contract, but they traded him to Chicago, and he's expected to get cut. And now you're telling me that the Lakers may be picking him up?
Yeah, for what I hear, the Lakers are picking him up, but LeBron was pretty much adamant that Melo needs to
get in shape.
Get in shape. He has to get in playing shape. So he's been sitting on the bench and sitting at home, and I think him and his wife got back together. So she knows where her bread is buttered. So
yeah, exactly. But I don't think it's a good idea.
Honey Nut Cheerio.
Say it again.
What if she still tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios? That was a corny joke.
Who said that?
Like that. That was so corny.
Oh, right.
If you just said Honey Nut Cheerios, I'm like, what's that even mean? Why would you get upset? Like, I was like, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to discuss Garnett, but I don't think him going to the Lakers is gonna work. I wouldn't do it from the Lakers. It's not worth it. Like, just learn from everybody else. I mean, LeBron can probably make it work better than anybody. If anybody can make it work, LeBron can. But I don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. You should just come back. Like, LeBron should be coming back soon, like within a week or so. And just y'all were doing fine with that young team. Now, they can't do shit without you, obviously, because that's why they brought you over there, because this young team wasn't doing nothing without you. But with you, they're good. They're all good. Now, granted, Lonzo Ball's gonna be out for 6 weeks now. But
that's another dude that got a porn star pregnant. Right.
Damn, for real. But yeah, like they, like don't get Carmelo. I mean, I guess you could always just cut him like everybody else did. So I guess it's not a big risk, but like it's gonna be different because LeBron and Melo boys, and I don't think they'll do that. I think LeBron, once he gets there, he's definitely gonna finish the season there, and whether it works or not. I don't think it's a good idea.
It's almost February at this point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The season's only going to last over 2 months. You know, that at the league, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he sucks up the joint, then just put him on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a bad. I think the timing is bad too, because they gotta make a run now. Not when LeBron comes back, they gotta catch up. Like they were on the verge of being the second team in the East in the West when LeBron got hurt, and now they dropped down to, I don't know, they're probably like 6th now. I don't know. I gotta say, they're out right now.
They're out right now.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like they got some catching up to do, and LeBron's still not back yet. So you ain't got time to try to implement Carmelo into the phrase. Like you gotta just do what you gotta do now, and just don't worry. Like, 'cause once LeBron comes back, they're gonna start winning again. But yeah, they went from 3rd to 9th in about 3. Well, he's been out for a month now, and so they gotta get it together.
It's funny how they were better last year without him. And now they can't live without him.
Right. Well, I ain't gonna say that, because they were still a bad team last year. They just weren't a terrible team. They were still.
Now they're a terrible team.
Well, let me see. They've. I think they're like. Yeah, I think they're like 3-7 or something like that without them. Something to that effect. They're like, or maybe worse than that. I don't know. I gotta check, but. In their last 10, they're 4-6, so that's not terrible. They've been playing better to their stand. There's according to their standards, they've been playing better. So, but yeah, they putting Melo in there is not a good idea. But I got nothing else. You got anything else? Period. Like I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
One more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing. Last week I said no kicker was ever in the Hall of Fame, so I was wrong.
Redskins kicker.
Well, I don't know who the players. I don't know. I got their names here, but I don't know who they play for. So there was 5 kickers total. 3 of them that kicked exclusively as kickers. The other 2 played quarterback and tackle. So the kickers is Morton Anderson, Jane Stenrud, and Ray Guy. Those are the 3 strictly kickers that are in the Hall of Fame. And then George Blanda, who played quarterback, and Luke Rosa, who played tackle, also in there, who also kicked. So I just have to correct that. But outside of that, that's all I got. Hey, at least I didn't leave it out there. There's probably people that, like the 2 people that watched this shit was probably like, yo, they fucking up. but hey, I corrected myself. Like now we're down to 1. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all we got, I guess, today. So
just watch out for NFL Draft Day trade when Jaguars are going to trade for your quarterback. The fucking guy's name.
My quarterback
for Nick Foles.
Oh, okay. So is Bridgewater going to stay with the Saints? Is he gonna be Drew Brees' replacement, or is he going to try to find a spot too?
They'll have to re-sign him, but that's the talk. They're saying that the Jaguars are going to trade for they're going to trade Leonard Fournette for Drew Brees for Nick Foles.
Oh, I mean, I guess why not? I mean,
the Eagles want to.
You can find another
like collecting running backs. Apparently, I don't know what Jay Ajayi is. They just got him last year. Last year, so
yeah, they got him. They got him at the trade deadline last year.
Yeah, I guess it's not working out.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, an average quarterback is better than a dominant running back. So like he's more valuable. Put it like that.
I think did they give him I give him a draft pick. I was like, okay, just give him a running back, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they can find another running back that's productive. You know what I mean? You're right. It may not be as good as Fournette, but he'll be productive. So.
And guess what? Running backs are back.
Yeah, I mean, now, I don't know how many of them's gonna get like big money. Only a couple, less than a handful. But as a running back as a whole, it's definitely back. Yeah, like it was looking grim for a second. Like they was going straight. Everybody's going to do running back by committee, and that was it. And it doesn't matter how dominant your running back is. But Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, and who's the other guy I'm thinking of? And Ezekiel Elliott definitely bringing them back. So, but
our running back who did not win Rookie of the Year, by the way.
Oh, it's like he didn't get it.
I'm hearing that the quarterback got it.
Who, Baker Mayfield? I think that's bullshit. I mean, he had a good season. He didn't have a better season than Saquon Barkley. He just didn't.
Saquon Barkley had 1,800 yards.
Yeah, how is
like that? Almost 800 yards catching.
And by the way, how did Baker Mayfield get over Lamar Jackson? Neither one of them played a full season. Lamar Jackson had a way better record. He lost one fucking game. So if you're gonna give it to a quarterback, it should have went to Lamar Jackson. Shit doesn't make sense. But it should have went to Saquon Barkley. It should have been Barkley, then Jackson, then Mayfield. That's the order I would have put it in. Yeah. So I don't understand. But whatever. All right, that's it.
We're done for this week.
Yeah, and next week for that matter. So we'll see you after the Super Bowl, I guess.
Unless I want to call in from San Diego.
We can Skype from San Diego. Have your little California cool shirt on. You in the background with birds flying in the background, and you got the beach behind you and shit.
It's gonna be 60 degrees next week. It's gonna be like
in San Diego. In San Diego, it's gonna be 60.
It's gonna be 60-something degrees.
Well, that's not that. That's not that great.
Yeah. I don't have a rental car either, so.
No.
They denied my rental car.
Well, get your own.
But I'm cheap, so I only pay $8 for a week.
$880
for the week.
Jeez. Well, get it for a couple of days. Then, just do 2 days at least, or unless you're going Uber all week.
Yeah. I think I should. I should. Just
at least do a couple of days. Were you gonna be from what? Sunday to Sunday or something?
Sunday to Friday.
Okay, so do it. So get a rental when you first get there, and hold it till like Tuesday. Then the rest of the week do whatever.
Yeah, I may just do that because I just can't rely on taxis all
yeah,
day.
taxis and Ubers and Lyfts. Yeah,
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. All right, y'all. We'll see you after the Super Bowl. And by the way, my pick. What a fucking moron! I swear to God. Hold on. My pick for the Super Bowl, I'm picking the Patriots. I want the Rams to win, but the Patriots are gonna win. I just expect them to win.
He's gonna crown his ass.
All right, y'all. Now that's it.
All right,